Okay, everybody, welcome back to In the Pit, the dual Mustang builds. What I've been doing while you guys have been away, I've made up some aileron covers, servo covers, piece of plastic down here, something that I had from my dad's stash, litho plate, just 3M contact cement, goes on like so. Then we bent up some aluminum, we'll get epoxied, and then these little, I don't know if you guys can see them, little, get in there, 1/16 little rivets, aluminum rivets. So we'll epoxy this on to that, and then we'll put some rivets through there, pin them down. Then when we're done, this tang will actually go underneath and lock it into one of the spars that is coming back through there. And then we'll drill a couple holes and screw it to the front block that we epoxied in. Alright, so let's see what happens here. I got my little jobs. I just like using the dollar store epoxy. It's cheap, it works. Oh, except for that. Back. Get a little stick. Mix her up. Now we're gonna get all messy for sure, I bet ya. Okay. Just put some gobbledygook on there. You guys can see, am I out of your frame a bit? Anyways, put some gobbledygook there. I roughed up the plastic with a bit of sandpaper and the aluminum. Also made sure that depending on what side you're using, you take the clear plastic off. And you gotta bear with me because I'm freaking blind. Let's see if we can get this all done before the epoxy settles. I thought I did okay. I can't see because, yeah, let's stick that through. There we go, now we're cooking with gas. As my dad used to say. Get to see the fails. And then I took some washers. I don't know if you can see. Took some washers from the stash of easy connectors. Put over there just to give a little bit more meat there. Maybe you didn't see. Now, how are we going to do this? Thought I had everything, guys and girls. Okay, I'm going to go for a walk. You guys watch my feet. I usually have that all set up. There's going to be too much sticking through. Let's just cut a little bit off. piece. Old snap-on side cutters. I think they're my old snap-on ones. Anywho, okay. Let's see what happens here. We got Mr. Anvil set up here. We'll put that down. Got a little flat punch. Should have something with a little, maybe put a little drill bit, or a center drill it a bit, just so it'll fit over the thing. Hopefully we don't knock the wing off the bench. And hopefully that's not too loud for you. Other than that, we've been keeping pretty steady. We've had all kinds of weather this past week. Freezing rain, snow, and my poor injuries. I am hurt, and I spend quite a few of my days, quite a few of my time of the day on the couch. I try and get out and do stuff. So basically, flatten those over. Flatten it down there. That looks pretty good. Hopefully the epoxy will hold it. And then, it'll slip under that edge and drop down. So I just cut some metal, used a block of wood, bent it over, bent it over that, just basically same thickness as here. Let me give you a little view of what's going on. I don't know if you guys, where are we here? So right in here is a spar, trailing edge spar going through there. And then we just got this little ziggy-zaggy. Okay, so it, can you see? Pops in there, drops over there. 2 screws, done. I could have mounted the servos on top of here and that, but I just figured this looks cleaner. Should end up pretty close to a row of rivets here. Again, we got to go through, do all the panel lines again. I'm not doing all a bunch of rivets that I lost on this thing. I am tired of this. Okay, so we got that one done. Put that over there. Need a liar out of me. Hang on a second. Gotta go again. And I'm back. You didn't even know I was gone. Let me just rub this up. I think this is just a normal plastic sheet that's just yellowed with age. Oh, shoot. What's the chance of that, guys? Putting her right in the epoxy. Okay, now, what I do with the other doodad. Here we go. Okay, so I got everything glued together. This is still good. Maybe we won't put as much on. I think let's try this first. Can you see me? I can't see you because I can't look at you and look at this. Let's do it this way. Be a little smarter. Oh, shoot. You guys are making a liar out of me. I said I did things and they didn't do it. You in there? Okay. And then also what I did was I just curled the edges up just a little bit so it'll grip a little bit better. Alright, so we got a rivet in there. Marked right for the front. I made what I did was I got some heavy see-through paper. I don't know, I think it's Drafton, might have been old Drafton. Holy crap, guys. Oh, there we go. Here's old Drafton paper for back in the days when you used to do drawings and stuff. But it's pretty stiff, so I use it for doing a lot of my templates and patterns. Come on, man. Let's get this thing. A little bit of. There we go. Okay. Of course, that one pops out now. Could I have been off of here? Oh, shoot. Lost her. Good thing I got glue all over my fingers. Oh. You guys can all laugh. I don't care anymore. I'm working with bad eyes and crappy fingers. Can't feel stuff. You know, and my poor dad ended up getting Parkinson's and getting the shakes and just trying to do simple tasks like starting screws and stuff. I used to kind of, not to be nasty or anything, but I kind of used to chuckle at it sometimes. Oh shit. What's the chance of putting it back in the glue? You guys aren't following too closely here. I know I'm supposed to talk louder, but I have my wife upstairs in home care and the dog and the cat and that, and they don't need to hear all our ramblings going on. I will get a microphone though. I think that'll help, and that's been suggested. I just started doing this stuff because I ran into just a couple videos came up. Todd at Duct Tape Hanger. I like watching his stuff. It's pretty funny and interesting. He does all big stuff, and I've only got a feel of my dad's big stuff. I know nothing about big gassers or any of that stuff, and I'm out of touch with all these things with the boxes and this and that. And sorry about that. Back in my day, we didn't do any of that stuff. We did it all the old-fashioned way. Didn't have, you know. Now my dad's Mustang, he does have did have the gear door synchronizers and little box setting up that, and then it was air retracts, and then syncing the other servo that runs the function properly. Okay. Yeah. Should work. Sorry about that. Talking to myself and way out of the thing. We'll give her a wipe down with some alcohol and stuff. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll move you. Hang on. Watch my big face. Let's go. Just pan out here. And then I will just roll. Hopefully, like that. So, let's call that a day. And we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Bye.